Hey everyone, welcome to today's Candy Fantasy journey. Let's see how this young lad experiences some scientific experiments. That night he tossed and turned, having eaten too many candies during the day that he had to throw up. The next day, he knocked on Deck's door only to be greeted by his mom. Turns out Deck spent all his money on candy and was grounded by his mom. He couldn't leave the house for at least a day, and Eric left feeling down in the dumps. Upon seeing his dejected back, Deck's mom felt a pang of guilt and let him out. After all, he's her only friend. Eric's healing plan was not over yet. This time, they ventured into the woods to try out some herbal remedies, but Dex was worried bugs would leave their French cuisine on the leaves. But Eric said bugs wouldn't leave their household trash on their own dinner. Easing Dex's worries, he boiled the leaves into soup, adding more sugar if it tasted bitter. Classic remedy. From that day on, Dex tasted all kinds of herbs, constantly measuring his temperature. Even the weird-looking plants were on the menu. Eric cooked up all sorts for him, and every plant trial was noted down. Meanwhile, Deck's mom came home, only to find no one downstairs. Subtitles. She ran upstairs in search of them, and in the very next second, with a thanks, Ali, Dex appeared utterly worn out and exhausted. AIDS was ravaging her body, and Mom knew this was a sign of her son's declining health, so she carried him upstairs. Clearly, this had become routine. As she left Deck's house, she suddenly remembered she had forgotten her notebook of notes. As she turned to go back for it, she inadvertently noticed Deck's mom quietly weeping on the stairs. She knew time was running out for her son, and feeling powerless before that reality, they spotted in a magazine that a new doctor claimed to have found a cure for AIDS. It extracted a certain substance from a plant, but refused to reveal its exact location. Even the government wanted to hush it up because they feared the drug development would create massive financial stress. Although this method wasn't widespread yet, it at least offered Eric and the others a glimmer of hope. That the mother didn't want to take her son for treatment, she thought it was. Even if it were possible, she believed her doctor would have told her first, not show up in print. You can ask him after the next meeting, but hey, that lunch was a real joke. They had no choice but to temporarily abandon their unrealistic wishes. Shopping at the supermarket, Deck's mum unexpectedly kissed the cheeky Eric. Talk about unexpected. Since the divorce, the mum hadn't felt such warmth, while Eric's mum worked real estate by day and at a convenience store by night. Usually, she paid little attention to him, so Eric grew up gradually becoming quite the oddball. At school, she was often bullied and asked her mom to see her dad, but was always given excuses. In this lonely home, he was unable to feel the maternal love Dex received from his mom. When Dex was rolling on the grass, wouldn't his mom be there patiently with him? A medical mishap shattered their peaceful lives, yet the mom maintained her optimism in front of him. In contrast, Eric's mom kept tying him down, and this life was suffocating him to the extreme. One day, after coming back from Dex's place, Mom waited anxiously. Where were you? He scared me to death. Subtitles. And when Dex was rolling around on the grass, she really ought to have written me a letter. You know what? Perhaps Gordon wants to come along with us too. I saw those fireworks. Dex's condition was getting serious, so an impatient Eric made a bold decision. They were about to try plants they'd never dared to before, and Eric prepared the soup as usual. Dex drank it down without hesitation, unaware it was toxic. That night, red lights flashed outside as an ambulance rolled into the neighborhood. Dex's mom found Eric and demanded he hand over the notebook with the plant's records, as it contained their location for hospital testing. Eric hurried upstairs, pulling out the notebook from under the bed and handed it to Dex's mom, ensuring she knew about that plant upstream. After Eric's mom learned he was in touch with Dex, the kid with AIDS, she called him into the room, interrogating him about what on earth he was thinking. She scolded him, saying he was putting the whole family at risk. Then she warned Dex's mom to stay away from her son. Fortunately, Dex has already been out of life-threatening danger. In order to stop Eric from having further contact with Dex in the future, the mother decided to send her to summer camp for training next Monday. Lying in bed, Eric felt utterly defeated. There was no way she would allow this to happen. She called her father, but all she got was a cool voicemail. After some thought, she drew a line on the map, determined to bring Dex along to New Orleans not just to see her dad, but also to find a cure for Dex. Dex worried about having no place to stay in New Orleans, but Eric fibbed and said they could crash at his dad's place. Although Eric's dad's place wasn't a sure thing, Dick still felt uneasy about it. Dick's mom didn't want him to worry, as sneaking away would surely alarm her. Eric told him it was their only chance, plus his mom wanted to see him get that prescription to cure them. This would probably make Mom happy instead of worried. Dex was a bundle of conflicting emotions, but in the end, he decided to go with Eric. He took the last of the medicine from home and left a farewell letter for his mom. Although Eric's lies were, well, wrong, at least his intentions were good. Even though the outcome might disappoint them, they at least made a desperate attempt. They drifted down south along the river, with all their belongings. Eric rode through the dense forest, showing Dex breathtaking views, with the nighttime river sparking their wild imaginations. With clear skies above, the pair played like children on the Mississippi River. This journey was not just about searching, but a grand adventure. However, they soon realized that at their current pace, Dex's meds might run out before they even reached New Orleans.